it's Laura from Laura Walmwell Photography, and joining me today are Nina and Greg Querin of Pet Value in Fergus and in Cambridge. Hi guys, I'm so excited to have you here today.
Hi.
Thanks for having
nice
us.
to see you, Laura.
So let's start off with what got you interested in operating a pet store?
You know, we've always been involved in our own type of business. And we wanted a business that was family based, that we could grow with our family and other families. I mean, the people and the pets part of it is what appealed to us most. And Pet Value was just an opportunity that came up at the right time, and we jumped in.
Amazing. And have you folks always been in Southwestern Ontario, or did you move here from somewhere else?
So I was born and raised in Kitchener. Nina was.
Born in London, Ontario, and moved to Kitchener area. Yeah.
So with Fergus and Cambridge, it's a nice strategically placed. We're between both. So about a half an hour from each location for us is perfect.
Excellent. So Pet Value, I believe, is a franchise, correct?
That's right.
So how are your stores the same or different from the other Pet Values?
That's a great question. You know, standard offerings are obviously going to be the same in a franchise system, as is the store format. That's what you're buying the franchise part of. I think where we try to stamp ourselves to make it a little different, if you will, is the personal interaction. We want people to come and know who they're dealing with. We want it to be a family business. It is, I mean, Pet Value is a chain, but we're a family business. We want that local tie-in with everybody. We want to see faces, and we want them to know that we're the owners and there every day.
Wow. So are you actually in the pet store every day?
Well, I mean, I make it sound like yes, but with two stores, it's not the same store every day, or sometimes it's more behind the scenes than physically in the stores. As they grow and times change, it becomes more challenging, but we're definitely involved every day. And in the stores, I want to say 4 days a week at least, if not 5.
Wow. That must be a lot, especially balancing the two different stores. What are some of the challenges that you encounter in running the stores?
Gosh, the people is obviously our number one, always.
We always want to make sure we have the best people, and for our customers, knowledge, having the best
Yeah.
people is great.
Well, and our staff become, again, it's a family business. We want them to be part of the family as well. So having that connection, and the locations are the same, but they're different, right? When you're in Fergus versus Cambridge, it is a different environment. So there is a different dealing there with the local people that we're hiring. And again, to find staff that fit with our vision in how we want to interact with our customers. So probably, that's always the main underlying challenge. COVID notwithstanding, that has presented a whole new set of challenges in the last year.
Do you find that there is a different type of pet in Cambridge versus Fergus? Are you getting bigger animals in one, or is it pretty standard across the board?
I think Cambridge has the bigger dogs than Fergus,
Mm.
but the thing that stays the same between both stores is the love of their pets, the customers' love
Yeah,
of their pets.
definitely.
It doesn't matter where you are, Fergus or Cambridge. Customers come in because they love their pets and want the best for them.
I think what's really impressed us in both too, which kind of surprised me a little bit, is the level of knowledge and involvement that people will take, especially in today's day and age of being able to search everything immediately. People will come in with a mindset or just a really good understanding of where they think things should go. So a lot of times in both locations, and it's not exclusive to one, we're working together as opposed to us just educating them. So really it's yeah, the animals may be a little different, but I think that passion is the same throughout, and that level of involvement, really, it's impressive.
Nice that you mentioned that your customers are doing their research and coming in with great questions. How do you train your staff to be able to answer those questions?
Gosh, that's probably the biggest ongoing thing, because we used to think that we could train someone in a month and then away you go. The scenarios are endless. So, to say we've been in the business for 10 years, I'm still learning. I mean, because every scenario is so different in what comes up. So training, the involvement, it's a lot of working in partnership with another more experienced staff member, situational always, right? So a lot of times, we can't always be everything for every situation right at that time, right? So it's going to be getting back to customers, and then we learn from that experience and share it after the fact with other staff. So we're fortunate to have some really long-term pet people that are working for us. So they bring with them a natural knowledge base that they've gotten over the years. And really, that's probably something that we should have said from the beginning, is those that are coming to work for us, they're passionate. I mean, they're coming to us for a reason. Anyone that really is working for us at this point, and after the years, what we've learned is they're there because they want to be there. It's not just a job. So a lot of times people will come with an expertise level that they've had, whether it's reptiles for one person, dogs for another, cats, horses, whatever, they'll come to us with, and they can share that then, and we learn from each other that way.
Nice. Is there anything that you would say you really specialize in at your stores?
I mean, we're small pet specialty, right? So dogs and cats, they always take the bulk of our business, and I wouldn't want to put a percentage on what that split even is, but that's going to be our main. And then the small animal beyond that would be the, guinea pigs, hamsters, rabbits, fish, birds. We like to touch on it all, but you got to be careful, because we're dealing with family members here. So as much as we welcome all conversations, and if we can help someone out even beyond our comfort zone, we will, as long as we think we know
the answer. If we don't know the answer, gosh, we always have to, go to outside sources, see your vet, see somebody else, right? See your trainer, see somebody else. We don't have all the answers to everything.
Yeah, mistakes are too great, right?
They are too great. You can't just make up an answer. You can't come up with something and it not be correct, right? So I'd rather have somebody not answer fully and it be correct than, making something up.
Well, and part of helping your customers is referring them to people who can help them with specific situations. Absolutely.
And that's where I think from the business method that we've always tried to have is, it's a lifetime experience. It's not a one-time experience. So someone coming into our store, they may come 2, 3, 4 times without buying a single thing, just because we're talking, they're learning, they're developing their plan before they even get a pet, or as they get a pet, and then they might become a customer after, several interactions and that kind of thing. So you may get some business out of that, you may or may not, but as a business philosophy for us, these pets are lifetime pets. They're not just a one-time interaction. So I think with, like what Nina was saying, sometimes you're just passing them off to someone, but they'll remember that. That's a great experience, right? And I would always remember someone that helped me out in a, especially for a pet, something so important to our family.
What is your very favorite thing about owning and operating a pet store?
The pets. So the animals coming in, we have a blast when people bring their animals in, and the experience we can have, the interacting, taking pictures, spoiling the dog, mostly dogs, because that's what's the most mobile for, but we've had dogs, cats, birds, snakes, other kinds of hedgehogs, reptiles, bunnies. We do get a fair amount, and we love it. I mean, it's fun. The staff gets involved. Other customers like to see that, right? So that's the most enjoyable. And I think that's the obvious answer, right? Because the pets are always fun. We're all in it for the same reason that we love the animals. Beyond that, I think it's the relationships that we build. It's amazing how many people, we see new customers every day, but we see the same customers every day as well. And that's really special to us, to see those faces that, sometimes it's just a wave and a hey, but we've seen them every week for, months and months and years. It's really special. It's great.
Nice. Speaking of relationships, I know that you folks make a point of giving back to your communities. I know with COVID, fundraising for rescues and whatnot has been tough, but I'd love to hear a little bit about what you've done in the past to help support pet-based charities.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we've done several different charity things. We will sponsor dog walks and pitch tents and give out goodies. We will raise donations from customers, which again, when you talk about animals, everyone wants to give and help. So the generosity of our customer base is really impressive. So when we're raising for a local rescue, we love to have local rescues that we can support, give them food. Money goes a long way, obviously, but food a lot of times solves a lot of problems.
Yeah, we usually have two large fundraisers each year. One is where we collect food and supplies and products for our local rescue. We work with, each store has their own local rescue we work with. And then our other large fundraiser is generally in the spring, and that's where we collect cash or money. People buy a paw, we put them up on the window, and that money then goes directly to our partner, our shelter that we work with. And then also, along with that, we do generally always have an adoptable pet in the store from one of our local rescues.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
one or two at a time, whether it's a cat or a small animal. And yeah, so that's, we love, giving back. That's our way of giving back and working with our local rescues.
And we'll have a lot of community-based small charities or raffles will come to us a lot of times. So we are constantly doing gift baskets and you know, small items, but very local. You know, I love seeing people from our neighborhood come in and say they're doing just something to help out, you know, a team or whatever. And that's again, that's our base that's supporting our business, and we want to support back that way.
Wonderful. What's something that you really wish that the general public knew about pet stores?
We can't solve it all. You know, I think it's a lot of times there's not a quick answer to a problem. You know, there's I don't want it to be a negative thing because it's not. But I think sometimes people want to come to us and be able to skip either going to a vet or to solve an answer real quickly. And money doesn't always solve a problem real quickly. You can't just buy your way out of a bad situation sometimes. So in that we're there to work with them, but it's sometimes just a longer process. You know, I think, but like I said before, I've always been impressed with the level of knowledge that people already come with. So it's not that that's a lot, but it's probably one of our main, you know, things that main challenge that we deal with in the, you know, for what customers come to us for.
Perfect. So given that it's been a heck of a different sort of year, I'd love to know what sort of impact has COVID had on your business, and what sort of changes have you made to cope with what this past year has thrown at us?
Great question. You know, the number one impact, well, I mean, there's many impacts, so I shouldn't say number one, but one of the main impacts that we have found is the stress level on our staff is quite great. And we see that every day. And that's probably what affects us or concerns us the most. Again, they're not only our family, they're the extension of our business and us really. And seeing every time we go through a transition, whether it's into a lockdown,
The transitions are tough for our staff.
They're really mentally straining. And again, they want to do the most that they possibly can to serve the customer. They'd rather be able to spend time, and when you can't, it's stressful. And then you see that stress level build on the customer back, right? They want answers, or they want to be able to come in and look at something because they can't express what they need without, you know, being in the store. So that's probably been the biggest challenge that way. We're lucky to be in a business where in some way, shape, or form, we've been able to service our customers.
Curbside obviously isn't ideal. It's difficult. The phones are ringing all the time. We can't always get to them all the time. The email, everything. It's really challenging. But like Greg said, we've been lucky to be able to still service the customers, whether it's curbside or in store. So
Yeah.
that's been one of the toughest parts, is going back and forth. But
Yeah.
again, thankful that we can still do that and still operate in general.
Are there any pivots that you've had to make that you think you will keep implemented after all of this calms down?
Probably online ordering
Yeah.
has come about from that. Online, but pick up in store. So people can choose their items on our website and select our location, and it's all ready for them, and they can come in and pick up in store. Whether they, right now outside, curbside, but in the future, hopefully that maintains, because I think it's a great option. You can still, browse and take your time from home and see what toys or treats you might like, and pick up at your convenience.
Yeah, I hope we keep some of the traits that we've been forced to learn, whether it is through how we deal with the customers being able to do curbside, because that may continue, that people don't want to come in or whatever, and having that, like Nina said, that ability to have an order ready for someone before they even get there. Also, it's been a real eye opener for how we maintain things, and safety precautions for customers, staff, us. I'll want some of that to stay on beyond this, because let's learn from our past and hopefully never go back again, right? So whether that's how we clean and disinfect, or shields or protective equipment, whatever, I don't always want to wear masks and stuff, but we do what we have to do, right? So.
Excellent. So we've talked a lot about your store, and how you folks operate. I would love to know a little bit about you and your own pets, because I know people that get into any pet care business, they do it because they absolutely love pets. So who lives with you currently?
So we've got 2 pets at home right now. We joke that I'm a little bit thankful that we have allergies in our house. Otherwise, we'd have to sell our house and buy a farm. So we have a 10-year-old beagle. His name is Woody, who is very dear to our family. And we have our newest member is Coco, who is a linealated parakeet. And she joined our family this past winter. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you had birds before?
No.
Love birds, but we've never,
No,
we just never
never
had. And then we found a great place and researched it, and it just seemed the right fit, and thought that might be the one pet that we could get that someone in our house didn't have an allergy to. And lo and behold, our oldest son has an allergy to birds, but it's fine.
It's manageable.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, we love it. So.
And how does Woody get along with Coco?
It's coming.
Yeah, Woody's a beagle, so of course that's a bird dog. So there was a little bit of a transition period there.
Yeah.
He has come around. Thankfully, as he gets older, his desire to get that wound up about things is becoming less and less.
He likes to nap.
Yes, he likes to. He tolerates the bird, if you will.
We don't keep them too close together, generally.
Yeah. Or we're always there with them when we do. So, but he's okay. He's great. And the bird is super social, so it's great. Always on our shoulders and following us around. And if we leave the cage open, she'll jump right down and come over to us. And it's really a lot of fun. And our kids love the animals. So.
Now, obviously, Coco probably can't leave the house, but are there any things that you really enjoy doing as a family with Woody here in southwestern Ontario?
Hiking, going to there's so many great spots around here. We were just in Elora a couple weeks ago, taking a great hike, and he loves that. I mean, nose to the ground and off he goes. He can spend hours out there. So we love doing that together.
Yeah, walking is probably the biggest thing. We love that.
But his favorite thing is to hear that he can go for a car ride, and he'll jump right in the car.
Yes, the car rides he loves too.
Wherever we can go.
It doesn't matter where.
Yeah. So he'll come to the store with us sometimes when it's off hours and that. But we don't.
Otherwise, he would eat the whole store.
Yes. Yeah, he's very food motivated.
Yes.
So, but he is also a very social pet, so he loves being by our side. So anything we do as a family, if he can join us, he's thrilled.
Nice. Now, being pet store owners, your pets must have access to all sorts of wonderful treats and toys and enrichment activities. Is there anything right now that either Coco or Woody is really enjoying that you think people would love to hear about?
I love for Woody the natural treats and chews. Um, we love now making a big deal out of his meals, his lunch or breakfast. So that's definitely a big thing. You know, building his bowl up, not just pouring the kibble in, but but making it fun and adding, you know, real
Mhm.
whole foods. And so
Mhm.
that's been fun for our dog.
Mhm.
Our bird, gosh, well, she's
She's a lucky bird. Yeah, she gets everything that's in the bird section in the store, right? So we try it all. It's fun though because we get to learn
yes.
what we're
Or what works
providing.
and what
Yeah, what
doesn't,
works and
right?
doesn't work. So
Sometimes it's not successful what we bring home, and then we
yeah,
know we learn for our customers, right?
yeah, 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 for
Right.
sure. So
But yes, they are lucky.
So I have some rapid fire questions to end off with, for you.
okay.
You ready?
Sure.
Okay. Cat or dog?
Dog.
Favorite breed?
Ooh, we're not being rapid fire here.
No.
I love hound dogs.
Although I'll go back to cat and I'll say I love hairless cats. So again, it's hard for me with the allergies, but I would love a hairless cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are your pet's favorite treats?
So Coco's favorite treats are basically just fresh fruit. So, you know, this morning was a slice of kiwi,
Broccoli.
broccoli, well, the veggie, yeah. Woody is pretty much
Everything.
anything that
Anything
rhymes
you
with
can.
food,
Yep.
he will eat. So
Yep.
he loves, I mean, he's on a raw diet, but he loves anything that's natural and meaty. Again, it changes often. So for him, it's a lot of different things.
Are your pets full of beans, full of dreams, or full of something entirely different?
Beans.
Beans, yeah, definitely.
All right, here's a tough one. If your pets were to be played by human actors in a movie,
Oh gosh.
who would play them?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that is a tough one. Woody would be. I don't even know how to answer that. Woody would be. He's kind of droopy but funny. Oh gosh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you might have stumped me on this one. I'm not even sure how to answer that. Coco. I don't know, Laura. You stumped me on this one. I'm not even sure how to answer that. I'm so sorry. That's a
No,
tricky question.
you can pass. That's
Okay,
totally
I think we
fine.
have to on that one. I'm sorry.
All right. So the last one, if money were no object and all of our current restrictions were lifted, what one amazing thing would you do to spoil your pets?
Um,
Hmm.
Great question.
Take them on holiday.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
to a beach, to
Yeah.
you know, I think we would all like that, but I think our pets would love that too, right?
I
Um,
agree. Like to have
water.
take Woody somewhere on the water and let him just go crazy
Mhm.
running around and having a blast. And again with the bird, just let her have the space and the you know to do whatever. Yeah. Yeah. I think both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So I have really enjoyed chatting with you today. How can this Southwestern Ontario pet community best support both your business specifically, but also their local pet stores? What's the best way that we can all be kind and help each other out?
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think it's support local, whether it is us or it's that operator around the corner. Go in, develop a relationship. You know, it's not always just the cheapest is the best. It's what we can learn together and experience together, and hopefully develop a relationship with the customer and the pet. So I think that's the best way for any operator.
And share your experiences, hopefully good experiences, right, with people. And on social media too, you know, that is a big thing. It's how nowadays you try and get your business out and your word out. I think, you know, staying in touch that way and sharing about great products or great experiences is a big thing.
Yeah.
So I'll be popping all of your social media details right in this interview. If folks would like to get in touch with you specifically, what's the best way to do that?
Many different ways. Calling the store, on our social media. We're on Facebook and Instagram, and or just coming into our stores and saying hi.
Excellent. Nina and Greg, it has been such a delight to chat with you folks today.
Thanks,
Laura. Thanks so much for doing this for the pet population and parents.
Yeah, it's great.
Awesome. Well, this has been Laura Womwell from Laura Womwell Photography with Nina and Greg Querin of Pet Valu, both in Cambridge and Fergus. And we all hope that you and your pets have an awesome day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.